Hi guys, in the previous video I showed you I repaired the handles on this carrier bag just by shortening them and sewing them back in place, and then found that the handles broke again straight away. Something has actually caused the material to lose its strength. I was able to just break them by pulling them between my hands, which I would not expect to be able to do that with that sort of webbing. So something had happened to them. Maybe they've been left in the sun or something like that and it degraded, but those handles were useless. Had a look in the shops to see what I could find as replacement handles, and to be honest, it really isn't worth spending any money, because I can buy another one of these bags for £1 and it'll cost me more than that to get a bit of webbing. So it's not economically sensible to try and replace them. However, this bag here is for one of our collapsible chairs. The bottom of it needs sewing back up again because it's worn away. But I actually have another bag from another chair, from a chair that we're throwing away, so I could just swap them over. I mean, looking at this, I have actually sewn this back up again at some time in the past. So, yeah, I think that's my stitch in there. So I could just repair this one, but I don't need to. But that means we've got some good webbing here that I cannot tear apart. So I'm going to unstitch that, or cut the stitching, and use that, because there's plenty there to put new handles on here. Now, I'll just say again, this is not economically viable. It's not worth doing. You can just get another bag. But because I've got some webbing available, that's what I'm going to do. And this time, I intend to use Nanny's sewing machine. Again, you don't need to watch me do that, but we'll have a look at the finished result when I've done it. I suppose there'll be some of you out there who don't do any sewing. This is a stitch ripper, which you push underneath the stitches, and it just cuts through them, because that's the sharp bit in the middle there. And usually once you've got a few of them free, you should be able to get the whole thing free fairly quickly. There you go. Again, you don't need to see me do all of this. I just thought I would share that with you if you've never seen a stitch ripper before. I don't know if that's its proper term, but that's what I call it. Right, a little bit later in the day. Job done. This bit I did with the sewing machine. I did run into trouble using the sewing machine. So I did this side, or these two sections with the sewing machine, and then gave up and did the other side by hand. So that's my that's my neat sewing. Not very neat, but it did do the job. I would have had to do it by hand anyway on this side, because this is the side that I'd use super glue on to repair the previous handle, and that obviously made the material quite hard to push the needle through. So I actually had to use my pliers to actually push the needle through the super glued material. But I've done it. I have put some weight in there and tested it, so it seems to be absolutely fine. Those handles are thicker and stronger than the originals anyway, so I think they will outlast the bag now. I think the bag will go next. Quite pleased with myself. I still don't know what happened to the old handles. I can't imagine I sprayed it with anything that actually degraded the material, but it had no strength whatsoever. Anyway, there we go. Job done. Thanks for watching. You'll always find more information down below in the video description. If you like this video, you might like this one up here. You might like to subscribe just here. Over here is my latest video on my channel, and down below is a playlist related to what you've just been watching. Thanks again for watching.